Welcome back to videos on processing trauma within our body. Do you sometimes still feel like you enter the day powerless for whatever comes your way? And it may be true. We get to guide our steps and make some choices, but often things come at us that we weren't prepared for or we weren't expecting, and sometimes those things aren't pleasant. And the unpleasantries get even deeper when we are already holding trauma within our body. I'd like to consider ways to move throughout the day, to know that yes, we are powerless for some of our experiences, but yes, we can accept what God can take and do with these things that happen to us, so that then God's healing happens through us. If you'll consider a rock. Rocks, when they're mined, are typically very tough and rough on the edges. But if they are set into the edge of the water on the beach, the water ebbs and flows. The rock is powerless and tumbles and tosses. And if you have ever skinned an elbow or a knee, you know the sand is pretty strong. It's pretty rough and tough. And what happens is the rock begins to be polished. The edges are smoothed. And in the end, it becomes pleasant to hold and to behold. Smooth, polished, beautiful. Perhaps better than it was before it went through those difficult things. So too can God take the day that we walk through, the good things and the hard things, and use those things to shape and polish who we are. Powerlessness just might be one of the most powerful tools we have. Hear this reflection from the monk Thomas Keating. Powerlessness is our greatest treasure. Do not try to get rid of it. Everything in us wants to get rid of it. Grace is sufficient for you. It's just not something you can understand. To be in too big of a hurry to get over our difficulties, it's a mistake, because you don't know how valuable they are from God's perspective. For without them, you might never be as deeply transformed, nor as thoroughly. So as you move into and throughout your day, should memories of your traumatic experience arise in a way that we don't feel we can control, lean into it, hold it safely, and then surrender it to the power that our Creator has to take it and to shape it. I don't know about you, but if I know I'm walking into a situation where I'll be encountering someone who has been a part of my trauma, if I have to revisit a place where drama occurred, I need help getting there. I don't need to avoid it. I've got to lean into it, because I need to travel through these hard spaces and these hard relationships, because it's going to be important for my healing and my formation. But the breath is an excellent tool to help us prepare to enter that space. We talked about 5 breaths in, or 5-second breaths in, and 5-second breaths out. Now we're going to expand this. We're going to take this and turn it into something called boxed breathing. 5, 5, 5, and 5. We will breathe in for a count of 5, and then we will suspend the breath for 5 seconds. And I'm using the word suspension instead of holding, because what we're trying to really let go of is all of that holding that our body is doing. Just let the breath linger in your nostrils, in your throat. If a little escapes, if a little comes in, it's okay. There is no judgment here. It is simply breathing. So that's in for 5, suspending for 5, exhaling for 5. And again, we're going to suspend the exhale, just letting it linger for 5 seconds before we again inhale. And this time, for the boxed breathing, it is important to try to use the same method of breathing in as we do for breathing out. For example, if you inhale through your nose and then you suspend for 5 seconds, exhale through your nose and suspend for 5 seconds. If you need to change up for the next breath, that's okay. Inhale for your mouth for 5 seconds. Suspend for 5 seconds. And then exhale for 5 seconds. Suspending. What we're really attempting to accomplish is balance. Now you may wonder, why do we hold the breath, or why do we suspend the breath? Think about what happens in your body as you suspend or hold your breath. Your heart rate increases. The blood rushes to your brain. Does this sound similar? When our bodies experience trauma, our heart rate increases and blood rushes to our brain. This is what causes the panic. This is what causes the overactive amygdala to send out crazy signals that then cause pain and angst, wounding within our mortal soul. If we are controlling that suspension, that holding of the breath, and experiencing the increased heart rate and the increased blood flow, we have the promise of the returned breath. And we are training our bodies to experience what it does naturally, what it was created to do, but to then accept that there is breath to come. There is a release to come. And our bodies have a much lower tendency to turn into the full mode of fight and flight. So before you enter a space that might bring back memories that are uncomfortable, before you are in the room with that person who makes you feel tight, sad, unvalidated, before this happens, take 5 minutes, enter into a boxed breathing method. I'm going to set my timer so that we have a good 5 minutes of this exercise in which to teach our bodies to be less traumatized, to be less anxious, and to know that we are promised a release and a return of the breath. So, ground yourself. Today I'm going to sit cross-legged. I'm going to make sure that I'm comfortable and grounded. I know I'm in a safe place. Do you feel safe where you are? I hope so. We'll start with an exhale. In for 5. Suspend. Exhale. Suspend. Inhale. 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 Suspend. Exhale. Suspend. Exhale. Suspend. Inhale. Suspend. Exhale. Suspend. Inhale. Suspend. Exhale. Suspend. Inhale. Suspend. Surrender your breath back to your body. I wonder how that feels for you. And I think it's something that you can take with you wherever you go. I've heard of people doing it in the cab ride on the way to their place of trauma. Whatever it is that is bringing you a stressor for today, this is a great way of aligning your intention and your heart, your calling as a human being, with the manifestations of your body. I always love to end with a song and a breath of joy. Today, I hope you'll join me in listening to Forrest Frank. Practice your 5-5-5-5 boxed breathing technique on your own, or use the simple 5 and 5 as we listen to Forrest Frank singing Your Way is Better.
When I'm overwhelmed within from the weight of all my sin, I need a friend to call my own. I need a house to call my own. When I'm broken down inside and there's nowhere else to hide, I need a place where I feel known. Can someone help me? Then I hear you reply, bringing teardrops to my eyes, saying I'm not alone. Oh Lord, I need you now more than ever. Would you put my heart back together? I searched the world till my head hurt just to find out your ways better. Oh, oh, your ways better. Oh, oh, your ways better. Oh, Lord, your ways better. Jesus, your ways better. Lord, I am so thankful for the ways that you bless me. Everything you said, making waves like a jet ski. You love every part of me, even when I was messy. Now I see the art in your beauty, so I can finally sing out. Jehovah Jireh, provider. Your way always gets me higher. Even on my darkest days, you're a lighter, my Messiah. Oh Lord, I need you now more than ever. Would you put my heart back together? I searched the world till my head hurt just to find out your ways better. Oh, oh, your ways better. Oh, oh, your ways better. Oh, Lord, your ways better. Jesus, Lord, I need you now more than ever. Would you put my heart back together? I searched the world till my head hurt just to find out your ways better. Oh, oh, your ways better. Oh, oh, your ways better. Oh, Lord, your ways better. Jesus, your ways better. Oh, your ways better. Oh, your ways better. Oh, your ways
We'll come together for our last bit of silliness as we enter into a breath of joy. Nice exhale. You ready? Here we go. See how deep you can get these 3 breaths to go. You ready? Paraphrasing Martin Luther's words of Sin Boldly, I invite you to enter this day and be good, or be good at it.